Alright guys, this video is going to be very important actually to honestly fix your mindset and to provide a different perspective that one of my buddies provided to me. Now, this friend of mine, he's 2 years older than me, he's 23, and he is definitely going to make $1 million this year. Shout out to him. I'm not going to say his name because I didn't ask him to talk about it. But he does really well for himself. And when I came back from Florida after failing my business, and I started working at Little Caesars Pizza as the assistant general manager, he laughed at me. And I needed to get laughed at. He said I was walking when I could be running. And I said, well, maybe I'm crawling, but crawling is better than giving up altogether. And I was right, and he was right. And I'm going to explain that a little bit. So what I mean by that is he is right. I was going slow when I could go fast. Now, in my own defense, I was also right because moving still is better than not moving at all. But this is the biggest thing that he said. After I had been working there for like a month or two, we went to the gym together. He started telling me about the business he'd started, how much he'd made so far, and what he was on track to do the rest of the year. And if not for him telling me these things, I mean, he obviously has credentials. He makes money, a lot of money, and he's worked hard for it, and he deserves it, I'd say. But he said, it's not how hard you row your boat, it's what boat you're in. I was like, dude, that's stupid. You need to work hard no matter what. And you certainly do. It's not what he was meaning at all. But to put this into perspective, you can work your tail off at a regular job, climb the ranks, maybe eventually make 6 figures a year. That's boat number 1. Or you can find a bigger boat that can go a lot faster and then work your tail off in that and get way farther. So for me right now, I had been working at Little Caesars for a couple of months, and they were about to promote me to a general manager and give me a store. For a lot of people, even a lot of kids my age I talk to, they're like, dude, that's nuts, that's crazy, you're gonna make such good money. I was like, not really. Like $60K maybe. It's not that impressive. It's certainly not in the cards for my life, I don't think. And if you're watching this channel, maybe it's not what you want for yourself either. And eventually I realized that my time of crawling was done, and I could walk. I had paid off some of my debt. I had gotten a better car, like in terms of gas economy and reliability. And it was time to start moving a little faster. And I had, at that time in my life, like a month ago, all of a sudden, like multiple opportunities for different sales jobs coming at me. He wanted me to work with him. I had some other people that wanted me to work with them. And I realized it was time to jump back into sales. And the reason for this is, even if I do horribly in one summer of knocking doors selling pest control, like bad, like I sell 100 accounts, which is 1 a day, I would make like 35 grand in 4 months. And then I got to thinking about it, and I thought to myself, what could I do if I really applied myself? And for the company I'm going to be working for, they have a really good pay scale, and I think I could sell 4 to 6 accounts a day, average throughout the summer. Obviously, when I start out, it won't be as much because I'll be learning and getting back into it. But at the end of the summer, I'll have gotten it down. And as long as I'm reading, as long as I'm reading every day, I'm writing about my experiences. I'm recording my pitches and listening to them, having the other guys that are even better than me go over them. Why not? And if I do sell that average a day, I'll make $200,000 in the summer. The most crazy part is that there are other guys that are selling over 10 a day, which means they are making $500,000 in a summer. So I thought, even if I do bad, I think at bare minimum, I could sell one a day, which is $35,000 in the summer, which is pretty good because that's more than I've ever made at a salaried job in a year, and I'd be making it in a third of the year, but I think I can do even better than that. And so the reason I tell you all this, I'm talking numbers, and it's easy to talk. I'm going to keep the channel updating throughout the summer so everyone can see what I'm doing, but there's more out there, and you need to get into a bigger and faster boat and then work hard. Start a business, join a sales team. Yep, those are the only options I see for myself, honestly, because the idea of just working and getting paid a set amount that's not a lot just does not appeal to me. And I don't wish that upon anybody that doesn't want it specifically. So that's why your hard work doesn't necessarily matter in the long term for your goals. Because if you stay in the kayak and row your little heart out until you die, you'll only go so far. But if you get on a speedboat and you've stocked up the gas and I don't really know how to put a term of work into the speedboat, but if you get in the better boat and you're the same hardworking individual, you're going to go so much further, so much faster. So please find a faster boat if you are not in one, or begin to transition into a faster boat. That way, your hard work goes further, you feel more fulfilled, you feel more accomplished, and you set up a better life for yourself. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one.